Number 2 of the desRow Weekly Cup semifinals currently underway. Spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map. It's the yellow Protoss, Arthur. Down 1 at the moment.
In the top right, his opponent, after winning game 1 in a convincing fashion, we have Hunter.
Alright, to address the question being asked in chat quite a bit, the reason we don't have bets set up for this and we didn't cancel the other bets is because, quite frankly, this is just an awkward situation. You know, we get all hyped and ready to go for Monster vs. Legend, and then had to swap series. Any other circumstance, guys, we would have just probably canceled the bets, but truth be told, we just kind of did it late and realized it a little bit late, so my apologies on that. If Masa gets walked over, we'll refund the bets. Otherwise, hopefully, we'll get the score of the series, even if we don't get to cast it, and that's when the bets will be paid out. But it's it's always awkward trying to manage things like that, guys. You're never going to please everybody and hope that's good enough for you all. But yeah, that game, man, expansions are a hell of a thing.
Yeah, for sure. It was just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You're Protoss. You should know this.
Like, if you do Stargate into Blink, you need to hit faster than that.
I just feel like I really didn't like the use of the Stargate. I mean, we saw how defensive Hunter was playing. If he did that Stargate and went for a fast Nexus instead of the default 3-gate, I think Arthur gets ahead and wins that game. But it's Arthur. You expect him to get aggressive, right? So, not a fan of the way that one went.
Also, I want to give a big shout out to M. Sashar in chat. He's the one sponsoring those tournaments. He wanted to help the NE scene, and
those or these?
NE scene?
What tournaments?
These tournaments, like desRow Weekly.
Oh, okay.
He's the one putting the money forward. Just wanted to help the NE scene, and came to me, and we made it work together. Started the desRow series, weekly series.
Nice. Make sure you guys give oops, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Where did I save it? There we go. Here we go. Give a Tasha clap to M. Sashar in chat if you see him, guys.
What did you do? Do you have something on camera, or?
I don't know. Watch the stream. You'll see it.
Okay.
I did exactly what I said.
Okay.
Is Rifkin hemophilic? He started bleeding from the leg the other day. No, I don't know, guys. I'm scared. Like, I just bleed sometimes. It's like I've got my man period, except it comes out of like random parts of my body. I mean, that's really an inappropriate joke, but I don't know, because I have been randomly bleeding a lot. And I don't have scabs. I don't pick at them. I don't know what happens. It just happens.
This conversation is weird, man.
The other day, because I didn't have anything like I didn't have a tissue or anything, I just took a sock and wrapped it around my knee.
What? What was your knee bleeding?
I don't know, dude. I just went to like, you're just fidgeting in your seat, and all of a sudden you're like, why is my hand a little bit wet? Oh, it's blood. What the fuck?
My man, what's going on with you?
It's fucking hardcore casting, desRow. You gotta wear safety equipment, safety goggles, make sure to have your helmet and knee pads on, or you get hurt casting StarCraft 2. It's a tough game and a hard life.
Is it, though?
I don't know. Dark Shrine opening out a Hunter. This is really annoying, I'd say, to say the least. Arthur is going for the one thing, the one build of all builds that has no detection in it, and hoping to really bully his opponent down. This attack is supposed to hit before DTs are really ready to go, and in perfect situations, it hits actually just as the first DT warps in on the wrong side of the map. But, man, this Mothership core is not at home, and that's gonna be a problem.
Man, going DT, like, as your opponent's opening up with a Twilight and Blink, it's like,
it's a good feeling.
Yeah, man, you're like on top of the world. I mean, Arthur should
he's gonna see it. He sees it. No, he doesn't. How does he not see that? The vision nerf for the Mothership core. He doesn't see like Twilight Council or the Dark Shrine. Are you kidding me?
The 2-year-old.
Okay. Okay, he knows.
He knows now.
Robo. On the way, he might get an observer out in time for this. I like that he's left the stalkers at home. He prepped for this big aggressive attack, but the whole position, it's going to have to buy him time, because that observer is nowhere near ready to go. Oh, and the whole position's not going to buy him much time. Force field goes down, keeps the Stalkers alive. Actually, fantastic timing. One more force field ready to go. He can't afford to miss this. See, look in chat, by the way. Look at all the Tasia claps for your friend who's sponsoring the event.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I thought you were gonna like turn on your webcam and do something goofy because your name is Rifkin, you know. I
What the fuck?
I like the SimCity of Arthur, by the way. Look at that. Look at
whole
that.
position's gonna buy him a little more time.
Yeah, but the Sentry is a one shot though. The Sentry of some Zealots. Oh my god. Sentry dead.
Yeah, it's not a perfect hold, but it is something where the game's not over because he went for this blink attack, a base race, and he loses the DTs. So he's still in this. Problem is his opponent takes the Nexus, and we very well may see the same iteration of last game come into play.
The biggest problem here is the unit loss tab. The DTs killed so many units, despite not killing that many probes.
Wait, what the mothership core died to? Did he not recall the mothership core?
I guess not.
What the Arthur, please.
Arthur's got a death wish, man.
Arthur's making me rub my temples a little bit, you know? Okay, there we go, Nexus. Thank God he's going for the Nexus.
He wants, Arthur wants to take a little nap before Master Cup. Can't make it to the finals yet.
Yeah, he can't reveal those builds here in the Desert Weekly Cup. No, he's got to save them for Masters Cup.
Yeah, of course.
But no, this is okay. So it's, if we're gonna be completely honest, not the best situation for Arthur. The nice thing though is you look at the probe count, you look at the army supply, still in this game. His Nexus is gonna be later, so he'll fall behind ever so slightly in probes, but nothing Chrono Booster 2 can't make up. The question for this, of course, is where does the game go from here? Because on one hand, yeah, you're gonna keep throwing off DTs like this, which is annoying. But on the other, like, Arthur's not exactly a super late game player. I've seen him go as far as to play Tempest versus Tempest. I've seen Colossus out of Colossus out of him, but every time I do, he loses. So he's going for his own Dark Shrine, and he's gonna go for a Warp Prism instead. A cheeky bastard.
Yeah. The Padan is pretty close. The Robo is going to be done in 30 seconds. The Robo is going to line up with the DTs with the walking time. And in the meantime, Hunter is going for Stalker push. And the thing is, Arthur is going to be saving some Warpins for the DTs. So that's going to hurt. Oh, man, imagine the Warpism flying into the... Oh, he's going to change the trajectory now. But
Doesn't have foot on overcharge. He's like 6 energy away. What? Misclick is a misclick, 100% a misclick, and this is a bit of damage going down. But he's got overcharge now. This will help put this back. He's realized that Arthur has a Warp Prism as well, so can't screw around for too long because there will be Warp-ins somewhere on the map at some point.
I don't know, man.
It's I gotta tell you, there's potential for Arthur to get something done, right? But there's an observer out, and it's gonna be really hard to catch Hunter with his pants down.
Yeah. I feel like at that point that DT is just way too late. Like, if you show a Warpism like that, it's like, hey, I'm planning on being annoying, so why don't you make an observer so at least you have like half of it covered.
Those force fields are the worst force fields. I'm just saying. Both of them missed the DT entirely. The Phoenix is going to scout out the main and see what's waiting for him, but psych, it's Stalkers, and the high ground sort of gas vision was the only reason Hunter didn't chase this down.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Hey, I was wondering, the emotes, the Ace Rage, did you like take a picture of yourself on like with your webcam?
No, someone screen capped me yelling at a troll in chat and said you should use this as an emote. I said, oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool. But what about the other emotes? Like ASDA, did you make her make that pose?
She didn't even know I took the screenshot until I said, dude, I'm going to make this an emoticon. Are you okay with that? She said, okay.
Lol. Wait, you were like on Skype with her or something?
No, she was streaming and I was in chat and I was just like all caps, like, Sky, this is going to be an emoticon. Like,
oh god.
Like, I wasn't asking her, I was telling her. Same with Tasia. I DM'd Tasia and I was like, you cool if I make this emote? He just laughed. He's like, okay, sure. Ha 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 ha.
Lol. That's cool that you asked at least Tasia, and then you don't really care about Sky's feeling. We see you. We see right through you, man.
Oh yeah, it's because she's a girl, obviously.
I know.
It's gonna start a shitstorm.
Tip, 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 tip.
No, I regularly berate people who are overly obnoxious. We're all here to have fun together, and this is definitely not the most professional StarCraft stream. So if you're gonna be a dick and ruin it for other people, you can just take off. And we don't appreciate people like that here, so we don't mind calling them out either. But third bases for both players on the way. This has surprisingly been a somewhat even game up to this point. Every step of the way, though, Arthur's been a little bit behind. His Colossus a bit slower. His Thermal Lance might not even be ready by the time the first fight comes down. I don't know how this will play out, but it's going to be... We knew this was going to be rough for Arthur from the get-go. He had a terrible opener for what Hunter had gone with, but he still managed to stay in the game, got that Nexus down, and we find ourselves now here in the 16-minute mark.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, for how far behind it looked like he was, he's doing a lot better than I thought he was gonna do. Sure, he's down like 10 supply, and he's behind on a bunch of tech like charge, range, but I don't know, man. The thing though is he's going for double Robo Colossus, and I don't know where that's gonna lead him. With the later gases at the third. And yeah,
I'm a little bit worried about this in the top right. Like, the Warp Prism has got some cool potential, but as we've seen, Hunter's been very wary of having that not catch him off guard. But I do fear that this might be a situation where Arthur finally comes in, he warps in, but oops, you actually needed that at home because Hunter was pushing at the exact same time. Like, if your gateways are all on cooldown and your army's smaller on this side of the map, it can go very poorly very quickly.
Yeah. That's very true. But then again, like, the thing is, this Warp Prism, it can hit the natural instead of to go into the main. It's always a threat, so like, yeah.
Well, here's my question for you. You are Mr. Macro Protoss, sometimes we even tease you about it to an extent. This is kind of your comfort zone. Whether you're Arthur, whether you're Hunter, how do you really see this playing out? Is it going to just end at the Colossus Wars? Does someone go Tempest? I mean, what are your thoughts?
Like, Hunter might go Tempest because he's on one Robo, and he's going to realize that he's going to be beyond on Colossus count very shortly. And then, like, in one more cycle of Colossus. Or he might just not care about being down by one Colossus, and he's going to hit with more Archons. Because that's the thing is, if you look at the Archon count, Hunter is on 4. And because Arthur is on 2 Robos, he doesn't have that many.
Yeah, Archons can soak up a lot of damage, and they, of course, whether they're hitting biological or not, they hit pretty damn hard. Splash is always nice.
Yeah, they soak up a lot of damage.
I guess for me, what I am worried about is like, okay, Arthur's trying to catch up in Colossus, but does he overgo on the Colossus? I mean, I think it's around 6 you start getting those diminishing returns on like effectiveness. You can only have so many actually in the fight at one time, unless you're flanking from the side or something crazy. So. You're right, like, he's gone for this double Robo, he was paranoid about being behind, and now that he's caught up, does he over-dedicate? Templar, Archons, there we go.
I mean, he's got the Defender's advantage, and a good time warp here could buy him enough time. The Warp Prism's still not moving, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I've been waiting to see that go back in, but trying to get the shots off, I mean, time warp goes down, but it catches nothing for this. Keeps the Nexus alive, loses the gas, and gives the Hunter time to set up. Hunter does have a bigger army supply overall, and it's over here on this side of the field. Arthur has about 4 Zealots in that Warp Prism that are really not adding anything to this whatsoever. Archon's merging in on the low ground, not going to be available in time, and just even picking off the gas, it's such a small thing, but this really limits Templar, Archon remaxes.
Oh, all the Zealots are stuck behind Arthur's army.
Layer for layer, it does look a little bit better for Hunter to start. Those Archons really going to work, but here comes Arthur's finally getting into that fight as he does push forward with the Zealots. Sadly, they don't have charge, though, so they can't connect. That's a huge problem.
Yeah, not only that, but they died without the Colossus fighting back, so you should have pulled them back so that this Colossus could have helped in a battle, but he didn't.
Well, it does end up evening up the army supply regardless, though. 2 Immortals to 1, 4 Archons to 3, 5 to 6 Colossus. It's not that bad for Arthur, but it's still... it's a tough fight, no matter how you do this.
The Warp Prism started moving, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too, actually, because I think 4 Zealots warped in on top of the 3 he already has. 7 Zealots kill Pylons, 7 Zealots kill Warpins, but not paying attention to that right now because he is going to be on the other side of the field defending back at home. He lost his lair to the army. Archons have nothing to buffer for them, and oh my, or not Archons, the Colossus have nothing to buffer for them. Either way, they're just getting trucked on, and this is looking really bad. Arthur does warp into that 3rd base, but it was cost. GG. Over in a flash.
Yeah, we have Hunter going to the finals. I know he's beaten some good players this week in your cup.